And Joey, stay with me for this. There are so many compelling court cases happening all across the country, which is why we take you each day beyond the gavel. First up, a judge reduced the bond for Scott Peterson from more than $100,000 to just about $40,000. She also ordered him to surrender his passport after he's released from jail. Peterson is the former resource officer at Stoneman Douglas High School. He faces 11 charges of child neglect, culpable negligence, and perjury after being accused of doing nothing to help during last year's shooting massacre in Parkland, Florida. So Peterson here, the defense team, also asking for conditions of his pretrial release to be modified. Joey, your take on this?
You know, my take is, Lynn, that it's the right call. The fact is Parkland was horrific. There's no question that his acts were cowardice. They lacked valor. There's no question. However, on the critical issue of his prosecution, the purpose of bail is to ensure your return to court, period. At the end of the day, I think he'll be convicted of the perjury charge. I think the other charges will not lie, in as much as police have no constitutional duty to protect you, and in as much as he's not a caregiver, he's a resource officer, and I think those charges will be dismissed. If he's convicted, they'll be overturned by an appellate court. The reduction of bail is a good call.
All right, Joey, thanks. And also this, in a Chicago courtroom this morning, singer R. Kelly pleaded not guilty to 11 new related felonies. The charges include aggravated sexual assault and criminal sexual abuse. Kelly's attorney, Steve Greenberg, says, quote, "It's the same evidence. We expect the same result." Joey, also, he said Kelly's accusers are not victims. He claims, he says he's made these claims in the past. Your thoughts?
Yeah, you know what happens, Len, is that I think certainly the noose is tightening as it relates to R. Kelly. There's so many allegations that are out there. The police are taking them seriously. They're getting their witnesses together. They're vetting the witnesses. They're getting their evidence. However, in the event that this is the same old evidence, you may very well have a different result. Why do I say not the same, different? Because I think people are much more sensitive now than they were back then. Me Too, time's up, different generation. We'll see what the facts show, but boy, could it be troubling for him moving forward.
Yeah, that's right. Also this, Joey, the head of an international church has been arrested for more than 24 felony charges, including child rape, human trafficking, and child pornography. His son, Joaquin Garcia, was taken into custody Monday at the airport in Los Angeles. The 50-year-old had more than 1 million followers. Prosecutors say he and 3 women coerced underage girls into performing sex acts. Joey, this church is no stranger to controversy. His father reportedly also the subject of a sex abuse case, though he never faced charges, and this guy was allowed to just run his church.
Yeah, you know, that's right, Lynn. I'll tell you this, right? Every case, I always tell you, it turns on the facts. And, of course, the church, to this point, as we know, they're standing behind him. They released a statement in strong support of him, talking about him being a man of God, not something that he would do, not something the church is committed to, that they're committed to human dignity and the experience of God. Having said that, in the event that it's determined after this extensive investigation that he or anyone else took advantage of children, then you know what? They have to be held accountable. What I find troubling is also other evidence that they have, including, you know, graphic and other images. And then, of course, they have the testimony of these children involved, which would indicate that they were saying, unless you do what we want to do, you may be condemned by God. And that's no way to use the cloth. And so, again, these are allegations at this point. Everyone's presumed innocent. But, boy, they troubling allegations that if he took advantage of his cloth to take care and do these things, what he was doing with these little girls, it's not a good look. And he'll be prosecuted to the full extent, Lynn, of the law.
We can hope so. Joey Jackson, as always, thank you so much for being with us. And to you at home, thanks for watching On the Story.